Civilian job searching is a grind. How do you stay motivated?
So I've been very lucky in the fact that my first role I was headhunted. Second role, I spoke to a veteran and I pretty much got through the process seamlessly. My third role was exactly the same. It was a targeted approach. I think more and more people with more organizations that speak about it are starting to understand that networking is absolutely fundamental to the success of your future when leaving the services going into civilian life. You need to find a military champion, a veteran in a targeted industry, in a targeted organization, reach out to them for a conversation, ask them what their job type is like, how they got into the job that they're in, ask them to have a look at your experience and background, does it match and is there any gaps? And then try and find a champion within that company to advocate for you and keep an eye out for any roles.
I think that's a super important distinction you've made there in networking and people. It's not getting in touch with people and asking for a job. It's fact finding, it's research, it's digging into being able to sort of dig in behind the scenes into a company, into their culture, into a specific role, and then you'll be surprised. I think after what those conversations will yield in the long run. So I experienced a bit of both grind-wise for my first role. So unwittingly, I signed off in 2019, just before COVID really went wild. So.
Great timing.
Yeah, terrible, the worst timing. So I went from a position of literally trying to decide which job to take. I've had a lot of opportunities, sort of 6 months out, trying to decide what company suited me best, what perks I particularly wanted to take, to the opportunities disappearing because I was working in aviation at the time and everything got turned off. So it very much went from this is easy, what's everyone whinging about, to oh my God, I need to, what am I doing? So I sort of saw it both ways, but for me it was that end goal, remembering why have I signed off? What was the reason for this? What am I trying to do? I was trying to change. Sort of work-life balance was the biggest thing for me. I'd been away so much. I really needed to address that and sort of be able to spend more time with the family. So it was having that end goal, I think, that was this is the reason you're doing this. This is the reason you're putting this time into, to make all these applications, to get in front of these people and have these conversations. So it was focusing on the outcome, I think.
Yeah. So how did you pivot in the end?
So I went blind shotgun approach for a few weeks. Absolute panic, applying for anything with the word engineering in the title, and then sort of came around to the networking approach, and through military network managed to get in front of a hiring manager who was ex-REME.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, and because of the network, he'd been able to speak to some people who I'd worked with, so he already had a sort of good idea of who I was and the experience I was bringing before we even had the conversation. But I definitely had that period of panic for a while where needed sort of support, needed help, and didn't really know where to go at the time. So if you are struggling with the grind of job hunting, make sure you focus on the end goal. Why did you sign off? What are you trying to achieve by making this career change? Focus on networking, not from a transactional, I want a job standpoint, but from a educating yourself, gathering knowledge about your chosen industry, your chosen career, and then use military champions. There are people out there dotted around the different industries, in the different groups, who are really accessible and are willing to give their time. So make sure you're utilizing that and approaching them.